is going on, everybody? This is Cabale with Cabale Media, and in today's video, we are going to discuss A/B testing Part 2. Stay tuned. In the first video, we discussed a few elements from open rate through click-through rate, the very basic practices of A/B testing. Today, we are going to discuss a few different things, somewhere between 5 and 7. You can start tomorrow and test some new variables when it comes to your A/B testing. Let's talk about call to action button placement testing. So you can put your CTA button above the fold, below the fold, in the middle of the email, on the bottom of the email. Try to test different positions in the email and see what gets the best click-through rate. Now, you hear all the time to leave things above the fold, but how often do you see that happen when it comes to your call to action? Actually, pretty frequently. But don't take my word for it. Try testing above the fold, in the middle, and in the bottom. Conversely, you can test how many call to actions you have. I know I said in the last video that use one call to action, but there are many ways you can test CTAs with multiple, meaning if you are a direct-to-consumer company or direct-to-consumer business, you may have buy now buttons for products you're promoting, but also a shop now button at the top just for your overall shopping experience. So that's having multiple CTAs. Of course, like I've recommended before, I prefer just one. Email frequency. How often you're sending these emails? Are you sending too many? Are you sending too little? You have to really run a test to see where customers are engaging the most. You don't want to send too many emails where it's overwhelming, but don't send too little, it's underwhelming where they forget about you. Remember, test as much as you can. See if sending 2 a week, maybe 3. Try sending 4 times a week. See where your unsubscribe rate goes. And then from there, you'll find that sweet spot as to how many emails you should send a week. Personalization, one of my favorites. You can test personalization in the subject lines or in the email. It is proven and tested that putting a first name in the subject line will increase open rates. Now, if you want to put it in the subject line, if you want to put it in the body copy, if you want to put it towards the end, I mean, you have to find the particular spot or particular place where the personalization is going to make sense. Test in all 3 variables, like subject line, in the body copy, somewhere on the bottom. This could make a huge difference, increasing engagement, and really feel like you're speaking to the customer. Pre-header text. Now, this seems to be forgotten by a lot of people. If you don't change the pre-header text, what's going to happen is that you're going to see the code, for 1, in the HTML, or 2, it's just going to pick up your email depending on the browser, depending on the email client. But when it comes to pre-header text, you want to make sure that you put pre-header text in, because if you don't, depending on the client, it's either going to show the HTML code or show a snippet of your email, which is totally fine. But you want to take that pre-header text and use it to your advantage. So whether it's a sale, whether it's a deal, you want to put something in there so the customers see it when they open up their email client. That is. Email length. You want to test the length of all your emails, so whether it's short and sweet or long and way too long. Try testing short and concise. Try testing more detailed ones, depending on what your customers are looking for and what they want. This is definitely a great variable to test. If you have a long, drawn email, it might be too much. Your customers and subscribers may be very content-oriented. They might like that. Test short emails, test long emails, but always remember to make it skimmable. Remember, you want to give them exactly what they're looking for. You want to make it clear, and you want to get to the point of the email, because if it's not interesting to them or it doesn't seem relevant, they're more likely to unsubscribe. Testing the length of the email is very important. Using images and text, which one is better? Honestly, there's no right answer. Although, depending on your industry or business, heavy text emails may be the answer. But if you're direct-to-consumer, imagery may be the answer. You want to find that right balance where there's just enough text and just enough imagery. Too much imagery can send the email to the spam folder, but then being over wordy can also send it to the spam folder. Again, find that sweet spot, find what works. Maybe your customers are more image-based, maybe they're more text-based. Test the variables a few times and then see what happens. Social proof. You can use anything from UGC to testimonials, to reviews, to social media. Use these as a way to boost engagement. People or customers love seeing your product or your service being used by other people. The more you show of that, the more trust that you earn from them. Use social proof to your advantage and don't leave it out. Email layout. Do you want to do one column, maybe two, maybe three, maybe more optimized for mobile, which all your emails should be optimized for mobile, which comes to something I've just thought about. The majority of people, just a little bit over 50%, open up their email on their mobile device. Always make sure that you're designing for mobile, that you don't want to leave that part of your list that opens up in Gmail, that opens up in Outlook, that opens up in Apple Mail. Always be aware that designing for mobile is probably or is your priority, and then work around that. But anyway, email layout. What email layout makes sense to you? Do 3-column layouts make sense to you? Does more length make sense? Then maybe 1 column is the right answer. Do you want to add more images? Then maybe 2 columns is the answer. Maybe you have more things to talk about, so maybe 3 columns is your answer. Keep testing, see what works, because you never know what customers will like. You could keep testing it for weeks and get different results. Signature style. Now, this highly depends. I like when signatures are very personalized, possibly putting the signature, let's say you're a business person and you use a scribble of your signature instead of just signing off with your name, maybe making it more personal. Instead of just saying thanks, maybe see you later, see you soon. When you make it more personal, the person on the other side really feels like you're speaking to them. Putting something like see you later or PS really gets them engaged and makes them want to open your emails a lot more often. Tone of voice. I know we said this is going to be 5 to 7, but I got more. How are you speaking to your audience? Do you want it to be fun? Do you want it to be friendly? Do you want it to be informative? This is where ChatGPT is actually good. So if you have an idea in your head, remember, use ChatGPT as your assistant, your virtual assistant, not the end-all be-all of your marketing. Drop it in and say, I own this type of company. This is how I want to speak. Can you give me 3 versions and maybe a funny tone or a serious tone or an informative tone? See what it spits out, put together a template, and then send that out. Offer type. What are you offering to the customer? 50% off, 20% off, free shipping, free trial. Test out a few different offers, see if 10% resonates more, see if 20% resonates more, which I'm sure 20% will always resonate more. Different deals, buy 1, get 1, buy 2, get 1 free. See what the customers want, keep testing until you get some good data, and then from there, create the ultimate template. All right, there it is. Part 2 of A/B testing for emails. Part 3, we're going to do some real-life examples. I'll show you exactly how to implement them in MailChimp. It possibly could be a MailChimp / A/B testing video. If this video helped you in any way, please feel free to subscribe. I'll put the button right here. Share it, drop a comment down below if you want to see any types of videos, or you can email me at jcabale@cabalemedia.com, or you can go right to the site cabalemedia.com to get your first 30 minutes free for a consultation about all things email marketing. And yeah, would love to chat with you, help you grow your business. This is Janice Cabale with cabalemedia.com, and I'll see you at the next video.